Do you know the biggest gap in estate planning today? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to reveal that to you, and I'm going to tell you how you can fill that gap. Hi, Nancy Beauvair here with a Gappy and Next Steps. When people do their estate planning, most often people only think about a will. But here's the thing, a will is important, but a will only takes place after you're dead. That's it. A will names an executor who is able to carry out your wishes in the will according to your wishes. It's a place where you can name guardians for your minor or dependent children. And it's a place where you can define where you want some of your assets to go. But nobody thinks about incapacity. And incapacity, quite frankly, has a bigger chance of having a bigger impact on your life and the life of those around you for a longer period of time than your will ever cover. Let's face it, when you're dead, you're dead. And nothing can be changed. What is named in your will is what's going to happen. But what happens if you have an accident? What happens if you have a life-threatening illness? And suddenly you lose the ability to speak. You can't let anybody know what your wishes are. You can't pay any bills. You can't take care of anything. You can't tell your doctors, your care team, what it is that you'd like for managing your care. Well, that's where the power of attorney for finance, it's called different things in different jurisdictions. But what that is it's a legal document that names somebody who you trust, who will be able to make legal and financial decisions on your behalf if you're unable to do so. Then there's also the medical directive. You should be having conversations with your family about what your health care wishes are. But beyond that, they should be written down in a legal document. Now, of course, if you don't have a medical directive, there is a hierarchy that the medical team will talk to, but it can create a lot of rifts in families, a lot of disagreement. If you name somebody and you're very clear in a legal document about what it is that you want for your care, then it prevents those family arguments. It makes clear what your wishes are and how you would have handled things had you been able to do so. You know, we're living longer and longer, and with medical interventions, we are experiencing a higher number of people who have incapacity, who have lost the capacity to make their own decisions due to dementias or health-related issues. So don't forget about filling those gaps. If you lose capacity, somebody could be managing your care for a number of years versus an executor who's going to manage your estate, in most cases, over a period of 18 months to 2.5 years. Don't leave those things to chance. I'm a certified executor advisor. I help people identify and fill those gaps. But hey, if you're not ready to talk to somebody and you want to explore this on your own, I do have some self-guided tools that you can access, and you can take your time, fill them out, figure out what the process is on your own before you do need to speak to a lawyer to draft these documents or somebody like me who can help give you guidance and direction. And as always, I've got an article over on my website. I invite you to hop over and read a little bit more about this. But I'd like to leave you with this. Most people don't want to leave their family in turmoil. They want there to be peace among their family. But let's also remember that in Canada, less than 50% of people actually even have just a will. And of those 50% who have that will, there are a large number of those that are at risk of being invalidated because they haven't been updated or they haven't been executed properly. So if you do have a will, then review it now. If you don't have a will, consider getting that done now. The bigger issue here is that the estate planning package is more than just the will. It also allows for incapacity, and it also takes into consideration making sure that your financial structures are in place. So create those documents as well. Less than 50% of Canadians have a will, but less than 30% of Canadians have an estate plan. So I'm going to leave that with you for today. Thanks very much for joining me. I look forward to sharing more with you next time. Bye for now.